Phi Beta Sigma got soul.
Hi, I'm Dino Buggs, Director of Bigger and Better Business for Kappa Upsilon Sigma Chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. And in recognition of Sigma Small Business Week, I'm here with one of my own chapter brothers, Brother Dr. Saute Dean. He's the owner of the Dean Chiropractic and Pain Relief, and also the #1 primary chiropractor here in the business of right here in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And we're going to talk to him a little bit, get to know him, and learn a little bit about his services. So, Brother Dean, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thank you.
Sure. So I'd like to begin by just finding out, how long have you been practicing as a chiropractor?
I've been practicing 18 years now.
18 years,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm curious, what inspired you to pursue a career as a chiropractor?
Initially, I was going to go to medical school. Actually, I was a teacher, physical education teacher in a high school in Brooklyn, Erasmus High School, for about 6 years after I graduated college. But I also always knew I wanted to pursue medicine because that was a passion of mine when I was young. But I wasn't just really told 100% on what I wanted to do in medicine. So I was going to do medical school. So I was preparing and studying to take the MCAT and pursue my medical career. But one day I was just sitting watching TV, and I was watching Discovery Channel because back then they used to show surgeries. So I enjoyed watching the surgeries that they did and different things like that, geeky stuff. So then they did a small 30-second segment on chiropractic, and that kind of piqued my interest. So I did more research on chiropractic because I've never been a chiropractor. I didn't know anything about chiropractic medicine, and then I just like, man, this is kind of cool because I also was into medicine, but also enjoyed physical therapy because I was an athlete, and also was into alternative medicine because I was into herbs and cleansing and all that stuff. So in chiropractic, you was able to do a little bit of everything. So that's one of the blessings of chiropractic, is that every chiropractor you go through will be a different energy. Because chiropractic medicine kind of takes on the personality of the practitioner. So that's how I got into chiropractic. Yeah.
Phenomenal. So even that geeky thing turned into something big for you and led to your professional career. That's awesome. What do you feel? How can I word this? What is it about the services that you offer that sets you apart from other practices?
Me is I just have a passion. I love it, and then since I enjoy researching, I like to find the root cause of what's going on. So even with chiropractic, I like to find out why your back's hurting, or I treat a lot of athletes too, so I want to find out why your shoulder's hurting. So I kind of look at the whole body, the whole mechanics, muscle imbalances, joint restrictions, and I also do nutrition. So I look at any nutritional imbalances. So I kind of take a little holistic look at the patient and give them what their body needs. So it's not just one cookie cutter treatment for everyone. Is whatever the patient comes into me, I just look at, give them what their body specifically needs at the time. So.
Wow. Okay, so you incorporate the nutrition and look at the take more of a holistic approach, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Okay. So I look at especially with my athletes, I look at just how they move. Because I coach track, so I like to look at, I treat a lot of runners since I'm around track. My daughter ran track, and I coach track, so I get a lot of runners, and so I like to look at their gaits and see how they, look at their movement when they're running, how they squatting and all that stuff, how they jumping, and do those little, I could look at them and see, this is a little imbalance here. That could be, is kind of like a chain reaction, and see, this is what's causing your hip issue, so. And that's what makes me unique, because I just get down to the root cause, and by doing that, my treatments when I'm treating them is long, but they don't see me for that long, because I get really down to what's the true cause, and also give them stuff to do at home to manage that, to prevent it from happening in the future.
Sure. Wow. That makes you very unique. I think in addition to what you provide as a service, not only makes you unique, but just being in the field.
Yes.
Research shows that 1.6% of the chiropractors in this country are African American.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I know. From the seminars, conferences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm curious, and this is a two-part question.
Yeah.
What do you think is the reason why the percentage is so low among African American chiropractors in this country? And two, what would be your advice to those who are interested in pursuing a career in the medical field?
I think it's low because, like I said, it's exposure. You know, so like for me, you know, I enjoy science, but I grew up in the inner city in New York, and I wasn't exposed to it. Even though I enjoyed it, I wasn't exposed to it. You know, unfortunately, we get caught up in these stereotypes. Like the only way out of the community is through basketball or sports. But you know, even when I was younger, when I had fish or I had pets, when they died, I was just curious to see what was going on, and I would just dissect them. I would cut them open and look inside. You know, so that I think it's just exposure.
Sure.
And I think a lot of especially for Black African Americans and brown youth, you know, just not exposed to the sciences.
Interesting.
You know, I think a lot of us have passions for the sciences and the math, but it's just exposure. And I think if we start to expose our children to just listen to our children, and also not even just observe what they really like, and just through observing, you can see that you like to dissect animals. It's a little weird, but okay, let's
right.
You know, let's see. You know, put you in a club that's deal with science or different things. So, so I think it's just more of the exposure and for me, with me, I like to talk to youth just to show them that there are Black doctors, you know, that it's possible. You know, I tell them my story. I don't know, we have a lot of time to go into my story, but a little short thing, I was a special ed student.
Okay.
You know, so I tell my story. I was a special ed student, and now I'm a doctor. You know, so and it's possible. So I like to tell my story and show people that, you know, I'm like you. I'm not special. I'm not this genius. You have to be a genius to be a doctor and all that stuff. I was a special ed student, and no one expected me to do anything.
Wow.
You know, so through all of that, you know, through all those hurdles, I followed my passion, my purpose, and now I'm here. Now I'm Dr. Dean.
How about that?
Yeah. So,
great story. I appreciate that. And I'm pretty sure the audience appreciates that as well, because you're right. I believe that one of the barriers is that we feel like we have to have this high IQ, right? We have to have all A's and be this great student. But your story is telling me that despite challenges that you may have been experiencing, you were still able to overcome them and persevere and become who you wanted to be. I think that's an awesome story. Thank you for sharing that. Sure. So for those who might be looking for a chiropractor or just someone who takes a holistic approach like you in terms of their health care, how can they get in contact with you?
I think find me on my website, which is optihealth365.com, or the social media, Dr. Dean, Dr. Saute Dean, and you know, just call the office. But you know, I'm easy to find because, as you say, I'm the only I'm the only Black doctor, Black chiropractors in this area. I think there's probably one or two more that I know of, but there's not too many of us. And a lot of people are surprised when they even find me. Say, where you been?
Been right here.
I've been right here, but just find me on the socials, give it a call, give the office a call, or DM me. You know, so I try to create more of a presence be accessible on social media. So direct message me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. So you direct message me there. Okay. And I'm here. And also I don't, like I said that. Part of my practice, I do treat, back pain and neck pain, but also one of my other passions is wellness. I do wellness in my practice, which help people with type 2 diabetes, reverse their type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, they have any other health challenges, ADHD with children, because a lot of, reason why I always had a passion for nutrition, but also I've been in practice for 18 years, and a lot of patients have been coming to me because they was, pretty much dissatisfied with the treatment the care they was getting from their primary physicians. Because especially now I've seen the change. A lot when doctors had their own offices, they was able to spend more time with the patients. They knew the whole family. But now it's, it's completely different now. So
Sure.
they don't spend much time with them. And so I saw there was a void that needed to be filled. So that's why I started expanding and focusing on the nutrition part of my practice to really help people, with type 2 diabetes, especially in the Black and brown community. The type 2 diabetes, cancer, the high blood pressure, a lot of these things could be managed with lifestyle.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of these primary care physicians don't have the time to spend with patients to talk about the lifestyle changes that's needed to reverse your type 2 diabetes or manage your high blood pressure, high cholesterol.
Sure.
And that's what I do. I take the time and do it through holistic, supplementation, lifestyle, managing stress, exercise, and all that stuff. So that's another passion of mine that I've been really focusing on, these past 5 years to fill that void.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
so.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I think that's important for the audience to know, right? Because I think we have this perception that chiropractors is just about neck and back pain.
Yeah.
But again, one of the things that set you apart is that you actually engage in this holistic approach to make sure that their levels are good, and you do all these different things to make sure that they're generally well, right? And not only just interventions, but you also take a preventive approach as well, it sounds like, right? To try to talk to your clients about.
Because true health is prevention.
Right.
And a lot of, like I said, a lot of these health conditions that's destroying our communities can be prevented with lifestyle. And a lot of people, for me, I talk about it every day, I read about it, so it's easy for me. But when I talk to people, it's not easy. It's not as simple. People don't make the connection to what you're eating and how your energy levels and all that stuff. Especially nowadays, since the exposure to these processed foods and all that stuff, people don't make that connection.
Sure.
And they don't make the connection between these food companies as they're there to make money.
That's right.
They're not here to keep us healthy.
Right.
They put labels, colors, and all that stuff, and they manipulate our taste. Everything is made to have us consume their products.
Sure.
And a lot of people don't know that. We just assume that these companies have our best interests in mind. At the end of the day, it's about their bottom line.
That's right.
So because the teacher is still in me, so I like to teach people and educate people and empower people on just being an advocate for yourself when you're with your doctors, and even when you're shopping, being an advocate for yourself and being mindful of what you're eating, and just mindful of how your body feels when you're eating.
Sure.
So just giving people the tools to be really invested in their health and be their own healers, because we are our own healers. So I just want to give people the support and tools to do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Dean, for that.
All right.
I know I'm taking away some things from it. I'm sure anybody that's watching is also taking some things away from it as well. So thanks again for your time. Thanks again for your information. And again, if you like more information, please go onto the website, follow Dr. Dean. He has given you the information on how to reach him. And we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.